Welcome, everybody, to Decisions webinar today, our marketplace spotlight, Streamline document management with Turbocharged bulk PDF form filling. I'm so stoked today to be joined from Brandon from our solutions engineering team, as well as our good buddy Jason at ExpressAbility, one of our most valued partners. If you're looking to get the most out of decisions, these are the guys that you go to. Jason, welcome. Thanks for making some time for us to show us this new app that we're putting in the marketplace. Welcome.
You got it. Great to be here. Appreciate it. Yeah, decisions is our focus. That's what we do, Danny. We're not out into a bunch of other areas. We really focus 100% on decisions. And, we've been focused on decisions for over a decade. So I think we're probably the oldest partner around.
Definitely our oldest partner.
Best partner. And I tell you what we find is the depth of decisions and the versatility of decisions. We enjoy the work so much, helping our customers get the most value out of it. That's what gets us up in the morning. We really enjoy it that way.
I see you have some core competencies listed here. Why don't you kind of highlight those for our listeners?
Yeah, there's a lot of different areas we do find ourselves specializing in. Although I will say, our customer list of industries is just really huge and diverse. So we're in aerospace, we are in finance, we're in manufacturing, we're in even some healthcare. So we're in a lot of different areas, but we do find ourselves doing a lot with transaction management in the solutions, in the financial solutions world. Find ourselves with, things like enrollment, risk analysis, underwriting, things like that. With manufacturing, it presents a whole new set of challenges, right, for organizations. Things around just plan operations and really PO management and things like that. Anywhere where you have multifaceted work management need, we end up finding ourselves getting involved in it. So a lot of third-party integrations. It's the beauty of decisions, the level of versatility we have there.
Right on. Excellent. We're so stoked that you're here. And yeah, 10 years with us as a partner. We really value that partnership. So thank you so much. Quick couple of plugs before we get rolling here. If you've ever get the chance to visit one of our submersed deep dive training events, highly recommend. Jason's been to a couple. We were in Red Rocks out in Denver last year, and we're going to be back there this year, July 23rd through the 25th. We're going to be in Denver. And then October 8th through the 10th, if you're in APAC, we're going to be in Singapore. Submersed are these great events. We get together for 3 days and take training in the platform. We have a track for people that are new in the platform, as well as a track for people that have been doing it for a while. Bring together our architects and solutions engineers and founders. We talk about exciting use cases, and we have a lot of fun too. So, also be sure to check us out at decisions.com/events to register for the next couple of webinars that we have coming up. The first one, how to create and call rules in decisions. The rules engine is really a core component of the decisions rules engine, and one of the of the decisions platform, and one of our big differentiators. And then on Thursday, July 18th, check out optimizing business rules in a dynamic healthcare landscape. So in case you missed it, our previous accelerators webinars, you can watch them all on our website at decisions.com/video. And we also have a bunch of different on-demand webinars that we've been producing this year. So be sure to check those out at decisions.com/videos. So before we get into it, we're going to have a Q&A session at the end, but we've got plenty of people on from Decisions and ExpressAbility to answer your questions. So you just feel free to light up our chat. We're here to answer your questions. A quick cap of the agenda for today. We're going to talk about what are marketplace accelerators, what that really means, some of the new things that have come out in our marketplace, and then Jason's going to show you this document filler demo to bulk fill PDF forms. And then we'll talk about how to get access to it, what's on the roadmap for our marketplace, and then talk about next steps. So of course, there'll be Q&A. So So, Brandon, I am so stoked to whenever we do these marketplace webinars because we've really dedicated a lot of resources, as you can see from this slide, in our solutions developer or our solutions engineering team in developing these apps in our marketplace. Can you tell us a little bit about the team and what the goals are?
Yeah, no problem. So I'm Brandon Roberts, one of the solution architects at Decisions. I think you saw earlier on the slide, our architect team is made of Maylee, Ali, who's available today, Althea, as the leads here, and then our great developers that build all the wonderful applications. Our solutions engineering team is a team together that is we build a lot of projects or what we call accelerators to help you, our customers, our clients, anyone really to really show increase the time to value with the project. The main goal of a lot of these accelerators is for you to have, a need for something like, for example, dynamic questionnaire. You need to create some sort of questionnaire platform. You can drop that in or download that from our app store, and then you can make whatever changes you need to make it, fit your use case specific for your company.
Yeah, that dynamic questionnaire one specifically, I have several customers from when I was actual account manager for Decisions that were able to take that dynamic questionnaire application that we had built and offered to our customers and then customize that to fit their own business, their own use cases by changing the endpoints and the look and the feel and the questions that were answered, right? So think about different use cases around just that dynamic questionnaire, things like loan origination systems or underwriting systems or any multi-layered decisioning workflow application. Really cool.
Yep. So we covered accelerators. Essentially, they're applications, and they really show what's possible with the decisions tool. Like Danny mentioned, we have the dynamic questionnaire, but we have plenty. I believe we have over 30 different applications that all do unique and different use cases that can help move your project along or get you guys into production much quicker. Why we build these is really to deliver more value to you guys, to anyone using decisions, to encourage brand new projects, and to address pain points in development. Lots of times you want to build something, but you're not sure how to build it. We sort of take some of that trouble out and we build certain solutions in an optimal way for you to download and then, take and, put in whatever logoing or, colors or CSS or anything you want to apply to that.
Really cool.
Next, we'll go into the Decisions Marketplace. This is a great place. This is new. This just came this year. This is a great way to locate all of our applications, as well as we're building a community as well, where you can submit applications like Jason has to get added to the App Store. Goes through a pretty stringent process, but you can sign up here at Decisions Marketplace. I believe it's marketplace.decisions.com, where you can download all of our accelerators, and you can see even partner projects that have also been built out there.
Yeah, I think that the real value when I think about the marketplace accelerators is there's no need to start from scratch, right? A lot of the accelerators in here are pretty common use cases and components of other applications that our customers use all the time, right? So not having to start from scratch is really what's going to drive that time to value.
Yes. So, like I mentioned before, these are all projects that are built by a decisions expert. If you do get your project out here, you'll get, brand visibility. You can reach audiences. Anyone that, would like the project, you can upload that and they can see the project. And this will be available to anyone that could come in and see the site. So that'll be available to just not just people in decisions, but anyone that's looking for like a rules engine or a workflow engine. And then we have a contributor highlights. Now, Jason, if you'd like to be a contributor, you can create an account here. As a contributor, you can add projects to our marketplace. You can also get an idea of how many people are downloading your project and viewing, who is looking into your project. it's really going to be a great tool for developers of the tool and people that are just interested in decisions to be able to see projects that other developers have made and being able to get tips and help from these projects.
I love the feedback there. That's a great part.
This also ties into our decisions community. So if you haven't know, we have a new forum out at, I believe it's community.decisions.com. You can still use the old URL support.decisions.com/forum to come to our new forum. This forum is also linked to our marketplace. So there's a direct link from from here to the marketplace. It is a great way for people to, share ideas, look into issues that they're running into, ask any questions. This is monitored by our support team. So anyone that asks questions, you'll most likely get a response from a support team member who's pretty much an expert at decisions to give you, the best information for, what question, your use case, or whatever you need.
I love it. Before we talk about Jason's cool new app, can you talk about some of the other stuff the solutions engineering team has been working on recently?
Yeah, not a problem. Starting with our flow audit history, this is a new sort of subflow that you can drop into any of your flows, and they'll give you more audit information. It'll give you information on when the flow's been edited, when it's been running. It gives you a little bit more visibility into what the flow is doing, and what sort of who's running it, what changes have been made to it. DMARC reporting is a tool that allows an IT team to take in a list of DMARC reports and output that into a readable format so that you can go into each report and check every record in the DMARC report. Event signup is a tool that you can use to manage signing up users for an event. You no longer have to, go through and build something that you need. If you have an event that your company is running, you can download this and you can really quickly get set up and start sending out invitations to people to sign up to your events. And then Pulse Check is an application that allows managers to get insight and visibility to the team members. So saying you're trying to gather a bit more information on how your team is feeling, if they're stuck on projects, if they need help. Pulse Check is a great way to send out these pulse checks to get more information and see, how your team is feeling about certain things. And you can really use that to, get a better understanding of certain things like, how productive team members are.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Thank you, my friend. So, Jason, as our oldest partner, I just again want to thank you for this relationship that we've had over the years. Your expertise in the decisions platform, I really think that it speaks for itself. And again, just a really valuable relationship. Tell us a little bit about what you've built for the marketplace. And is this in the marketplace now?
Yes, it is. It is accessible here right now today. It's called Document Filler, and this application is really it's really meant to be, of course, an accelerator. We stand on the shoulders of others. It's always a great way to promote what you're doing, and like you mentioned, isn't it great to collaborate here? It's also, think of it like scaffolding. I mean, really, if you aren't starting from the ground up, that's a wonderful thing. So, Document Filler allows you to have a central library of PDFs these are fillable PDFs. These are PDFs that are capable of actually have form fields within them. They're able to be filled out. Imagine if we had a library of these, we could build out some mappings within them that allows us to then map from a data source into these and then execute a mass bulk filling job, essentially to build out some documents. It's very versatile, but it's also meant to be the starter of something even bigger, right?
I love it. Cool. Let's take a look. I'm going to stop sharing.
Awesome.
And why don't you give Saul a peek at what you've been working on?
Yeah, let's do it. So, start off here. You can see the item here listed in this in our marketplace, and it's under Document Filler. If you open that up, it'll let you pull it down and leverage it and use it. So that's step one here. Pull it down. You can get underneath the hood and see how it's set up, and hopefully give you some ideas or give you a basis for something great, that you want to build. But so here's our form library. Here's our listing of these are listing of PDFs that we can interact with. I'm going to add one, and we're going to use a little example today. I mean, government forms are a reality, right? They don't get you a whole lot of attention at a party. They're not a lot of fun, but a lot of businesses are like, this is their bread and butter. Like filling out mass quantities of these forms and managing the data in them is just a daily pain point for a lot of folks. So hey, at least the one I'm going to give you today is one where we get some money back. That's never a bad thing.
From the
So
government? Is that a thing?
yeah, I hear it's possible. I haven't completely unlocked it yet, but
That's crazy.
yeah, this is a Missouri Form 426. Thrilling form for sure. But let's pull this one in. I'm going to reference it, add it to my library here. This is one of those forms where if you sell a vehicle and then buy another one, actually buy a vehicle, sell a vehicle, you actually get a difference in your in the sales tax you paid. Hey, that's great. We should take advantage of that. Well, if you need to fill out a bunch of these en masse, that's a great thing. I just added it to my library. Notice my next step here. This wizard sort of is taking me through a series of steps. I uploaded to my library, but my next step is to create a mapping for this particular a PDF. And I can create as many mappings as I want. If I wanted some different definition sets, say from different source files, I could certainly do that. So right now I'm going to upload a reference file. This is an Excel file that has a data set that we could work with here today. I'm going to upload this into the system. So the first thing it's going to do here is it's going to show me a preview of my file on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side is where I define my mapping. So this is, my Mo 426. And notice here it interrogated the document itself and listed out all the fields that it found. And these, I'm kind of beholden to the author of this document as to what they're named. And some documents, some like IRS documents, you find they're named somewhat cryptically. So part of it is kind of figuring out how it's named. If you authored it yourself, then you have control over it. Missouri doesn't do too bad with this one. But notice my source field here. So it interrogated my source file that I provided as a reference and looked at all the header columns and then gave me a list of them here. So I could say, okay, I'm going to put full name in the name print. I'm going to put the phone number here and telephone number, street address, city, state, zip code. Let's throw email address in there. I won't make it too arduous here. We won't, but you get the idea. Oh, we got to include the amount of refund. That's pretty important, right? What's the point of this? Talking about some money here. So the great thing is the first thing I can do. So after I've mapped it, is I have the ability to generate a first roll preview. So I could click that. It scrapes out my first row in my data set as I gave it as an example, and it fills it in for me here and previews it. So I could tell, okay, look what I filled in so far. Now I could spend some more time and fill out the rest of them, but I think you get the idea. So I'll hit save here. So I've created a mapping. Now, this particular mapping, I can go back, I can edit the mapping, I can create more mappings that correspond with different files that are structured differently if I wanted. But so what we're going to do here for the demo is let's go ahead and kick off the main event. Really, let's build some documents. I mean, I think this source had like 30. I can build this within a few milliseconds, which is pretty amazing. Let me go ahead. So if I right click on any item in my library, I have the ability to populate the form with data. This is where rubber meets the road, where action happens. Now it's going to say, hey, I see that you have a definition, but go ahead and upload what actual data source do you want me to use? I have the mapping. I know the definition of what to map, but go ahead and give me some data to work with. I'm going to use the same set we just used as a reference file. Wouldn't have had to though. So when I kick that off, it's actually going to spin up here. It's going to say, hey, which mapping set do you want to use? If you had multiple, I'm going to use the selected one. I've just initiated a build process. Now this process, since it's only 30 rows, I will build these documents so fast that before I can switch over to actually show you any of it's already built. But what we kicked off was a job here. This was really meant to fill, let's say I had thousands of these, tens of thousands of resulting documents. You don't want that to be sort of in your session. You want it to be a job that kicks off. And so if I switch over to my filled forms, you'll see my previously ran jobs. And I can see this particular job, this build job was kicked off a few moments ago. It gives me the name of it. It tells me it was completed. If I go to look at it, I have a viewer that shows me all the documents that were created. If it encountered any errors, I would see them in here. So it'd say, hey, I see this particular row, I had a problem. with the data, I couldn't fill it in, you know. So then I have the ability to download each of these individually. I can view each of these individually based on each row. So switch to a few of these, and you'll see some of these pre-filled pre-filled documents here ready to rumble. So, and I'll emphasize, like, this is a great way to start out, and you could turn this into a microservice pretty quickly. You could, like, this is very adaptable, and fitting in with the amazing Decisions platform and its level of versatility. Like, the thing that gets us excited about Decisions just perpetually is the fact that we can adapt it to so many different situations. So that's really what this was meant to do. Could you use it as a standalone? You certainly could. But I think that with the creativity of some of the people that have probably joined us on the webinar, there's no no doubt the things that they could accomplish with it.
Absolutely. I noticed the file that you were using for reference, and then as the data source was an Excel file. Could you use other data types like text files or JSON structures, things like that? You could certainly build that out. I know from by taking this and then in the Decisions platform doing just that, couldn't you?
You really could. This particular project was built around that as the input source, as the example. You
Mhm.
certainly could really let that be anything. It could be a database.
Yeah.
It could be any structured data that you could find. You could technically use this engine and this model and adapt it to it. Um, Sky's the limit.
And then
You know,
too, the data sources, just because of the integration layer in Decisions, could really be anywhere. We could get that. We could fetch that data from anywhere.
We really could. I mean, even the built documents could live anywhere. They could be placed in placed in OneDrive or placed in Box, or and the source files could be obtained from anywhere as well. So sky's the limit with all of Decisions integration capabilities combined with this. Yeah, it's certainly a variety of use cases, and pain points are solved.
Boy, I think this would be like kind of amazing for things like claims processing and um, I mean, yeah, lots of different places. Very, very cool app, Jason. Looking
Really
forward to seeing how our customers take this and adapt it for their business. And I'd love to hear, we'd love to have you back to hear from how some of ExpressAbility's customers are able to then leverage this app that you've built for them through the marketplace. Really cool.
Absolutely, and great to be here. If we can provide any assistance to organizations, that's what we specialize in, is really becoming the instant decisions experts on any team. So if there's something, if we can augment your existing staff and be that instant team to help you develop, build out best practices or that type of thing, we're here, and let us know if we can be of assistance.
Oldest partner. Love it, Jason. Why don't you let me share and I'll wrap this thing up here. Thanks everybody again so much for your attention today. If this interested you, if you found it compelling, you want to learn more about the Decisions platform or more about how you could partner with Jason and his team, drop us a note at accelerators@decisions.com and check out the accelerators in the marketplace. Specifically, we've got a couple of interesting ones coming up soon on the radar for the second half of the year. Brandon, do you know anything about these?
Yeah. So AI call coaching, that one I'm not really familiar with right now. Compliance review is a project that we're using that allows you to launch any type of like compliance that you have for your company. Essentially, you have a list of compliance demands that you need for your company for a year. You can set up your compliant using compliance review. You can set up all those tasks and assignments to be launched at the beginning of the year, and through the year, those assignments will get assigned to whoever it needs to do those compliance tasks.
Very
Loan
cool. I see the last one on here, the loan origination one. That is really exciting. We have a bunch of customers, the financial industries that are looking for this kind of functionality, and we're offering it as a pre-built component that could be customized for really any lending scenario. I think I'm really excited about that one. How do we get access to this? Through marketplace at decisions or marketplace.decisions.com.
Yep, everything that we've shown today comes free of charge to you. As long as you have a decisions instance, you can come to the My Apps folder like Jason showed and go and download that application. If that's not what you're looking for, you can always go to marketplace.decisions.com and download the application from there. Marketplace.decisions.com. Each app has a link to its own documentation. So if you have questions or need to understand how that works, you can click the link and that'll take you directly to our documentation.
Man, that's great. Be sure to check out marketplace at .decisions.com. We want to know from our customers and from our partners and really anybody what sorts of apps you'd like to see in the marketplace. Please let us know so we can go through those and work on those for you, and connect with us at accelerators@decisions.com and reach out directly to Jason, Jay Drinnen at ExpressAbility.com for more information on our great partner. Thank you guys so much for your attention today. Chase, play us out.